We are back here at the Stretford Inn, everyone, and I trust you guys are doing good and that you had a decent weekend. For those who had better weekends than decent, I'm quite happy for you. However, I'm still feeling a bit uneasy after our performance against Arsenal, and truth be told, I feel that we actually played well in certain moments of the game, but we were undeserving of the result we got. As I said in the match preview, if you have in the match post-match video, if you haven't seen that, definitely go and give it a watch and drop a like on the video if you haven't done so. I basically said that we also lost to poor refereeing. Many decisions should have gone our way, but did not go our way. But nevertheless, no more excuses. We lost to Arsenal. We basically don't have top four. And we look forward to Chelsea, which we will be doing in our match preview tomorrow. But as you see in the thumbnail, Rangnick wants Paul Mitchell to work with Ten Hag at Manchester United. And of course, that is exciting news, fantastic news, because for us to be able to look at someone like Paul Mitchell and Rangnick basically saying that he wants Paul Mitchell at Manchester United is a very, very good thing for the future of Manchester United. Paul Mitchell himself has built a reputation over the years with the likes of top quality players being brought into the various clubs that he has worked at. He's been at Southampton, he's been at Spurs with Pochettino, he's been at RB Leipzig with Ralf Rangnick, and now he is currently at AS Monaco in France. And with each of the clubs that he worked for, he managed and brought through top quality players. Southampton, you look at the likes of Sadio Mane, Gaston Ramirez, etc. Of course, we know Mane is now at Liverpool performing exceedingly well for Liverpool for the past few seasons. But Paul Mitchell was the man himself who brought Sadio Mane to the Premier League and thus showed the world who Sadio Mane is. The players such as Dele Alli at the age of 18 signed from MK Dons to Spurs. Paul Mitchell was the man credited with that. He brought the likes of Son to Spurs as well from Germany. And when going to RB Leipzig, the likes of Christopher Nkunku, etc., who is also wanted by Manchester United, and he worked with Rangnick, at RB Leipzig as well. Now at AS Monaco, he was the one to have basically brought Mbappe through the academy and then allowing the move to be made to PSG. So top quality players Paul Mitchell is able to bring into any club that he works for. And of course, he has contacts with these clubs. But for those who don't know who Paul Mitchell is, he's basically one of the top 3 footballing directors in the world right now. And Rangnick has already worked with him, as I said, at RB Leipzig, and basically wants him to join Erik ten Hag at Manchester United and work with Ten Hag as his director of football, thus scouting quality players, bringing them into the club. And a quote that Paul Mitchell basically said, he has come out and he has said that his mentality when, scouting players for a particular club is that he wants to bring in 3 or 4 quality players that basically will break into the first team and challenge and compete with those currently at that particular team, thus installing a competitive environment within the football club and not allowing anyone to rest on their laurels thinking that their place is safe, thus providing an elite winning mentality within the club and in the first team itself. And of course, as I want to speak further on Paul Mitchell, basically, he's also a Manchester United supporter. He's been a Manchester United supporter all his life. However, in his playing career, which wasn't that quite great, he was seen in the youth setup at Manchester City, however, being a Manchester United supporter. But again, Ten Hag coming out and saying that he supports Manchester United and has as a kid, and now hearing that Paul Mitchell is also in the same mentality and passion for Manchester United, just like us as the fans, which basically tells us that it's not a matter of striking a deal with Paul Mitchell to become the director of football. It is just basically giving him an offer, and he surely will take it. And knowing that Rangnick will be at the club and be moved on to a consultancy role, and knowing Ten Hag is the Manchester United manager, surely Paul Mitchell will definitely be, a fantastic appointment to be made as the director of football at Manchester United. And here is something even better that I just want to end off with Paul Mitchell. Basically, it is not just Rangnick who wants Paul Mitchell. There are people at the club who highly, highly recommend him for the club from within. So there are more powers at Manchester United pushing to get Paul Mitchell at Manchester United, not just Ralph Rangnick, which is fantastic news and gives us quite a pyramid of top quality people being appointed, with Rangnick in his consultancy role, providing guidelines on what the club should be doing next for the future to sustain a successful future. Ten Hag being the Manchester United manager. And I also am going to give you a bit of information of what Ten Hag has basically told the board and what he wants to do at Manchester United when his pre-season does begin. So, Paul Mitchell, please come to Manchester United. Please come and bring in top quality players as you always have been doing at your previous clubs. But come do it at Manchester United and help Ten Hag make Manchester United great again. That's just a bit of a request from my side here at the Stretford Inn. So, a bit of news I want to bring you now from Ralph Rangnick himself. And basically, he has gone and told the board that there are 5 players that he already feels is not good enough to play for Manchester United next season under Ten Hag. And I'll give you the names right away. It is basically Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Jones, Lindelof, and Anthony Martial have been told by Rangnick to the board that they are not good enough to play for Manchester United. Now, don't get me wrong. Lindelof has been a wonderful servant for Manchester United. Bailly, he hasn't played that much. Jones should have been sold seasons before. You look at the likes of Wan-Bissaka. Perhaps you look at him as a potential waste of money, but we've seen him play on the ball, and in all honesty, he is not a very good player on the ball for us, and we need players that are good on the ball in every single position at the club. And of course, we know Martial's attitude towards working hard, quite a lazy player, and potentially would not work in a Ten Hag system, of course, with him wanting to play a high-pressing, quick, fast-attacking style of football. But those are the 5 players that Rangnick basically has told the board that he feels is not good enough to play for Manchester United. And we will have to wait and see in the transfer window exactly, which is coming up soon, who exactly will be sold, who will be let go, and if 5 of these players, if not all 5, leave Manchester United. Now, I want to bring you a quote from Erik ten Hag, where he basically spoke on trying to describe his style of football. And he basically said, and I quote, "Beautiful football is very important. Winning is the priority, but it has to happen with beautiful, attacking football with lots of goals. It's grabbing the opponent by their throat and not letting go." Just listen to that. He wants beautiful football with lots of goals, attacking football, not letting the opponent breathe, constantly attacking them. He literally likened it to grabbing someone by the throat and not letting go. That is aggressive. That is intense. That is scary. Imagine having a Manchester United team attacking continuously without stopping, constantly hounding the opponents, constantly pressurizing them to make mistakes for us to score goals. Constant players working hard and running more than the opposing team, especially at home. Could the preseason not start already? Please, I've said it before, we should end the season, but definitely hearing that Ten Hag wants to install this type of football at Manchester United is absolutely fantastic. It excites me as a Manchester United supporter to potentially being able to see top quality football being produced at Manchester United week in, week out, with top quality players performing. It literally is, I look at it from this perspective. When a dog is about to get its food and his mouth starts watering, that's literally what I'm feeling right now. Having my mouth drool because I'm excited to see the football that Erik ten Hag wants to develop at Manchester United. It's going to be exciting, Red Devils. The new era has begun, and Ten Hag is definitely going to make Manchester United great again. Hear my words today. So, just quickly, I want to tell you the two things that Ten Hag has told the board that he would like to do at Manchester United when his preseason starts. And first of all, he wants to install the mentality that players who flirt with a departure for whatever reason are put on the transfer list without discussion. That is because that type of toxic behavior would unnecessarily stir up additional turmoil in the dressing room. So players like Paul Pogba, who come out in an interview or his agent speaks about leaving Manchester United, etc., that we've seen happen time and time again, players like that who do that will basically be told to the club, get rid of them, put them on the transfer list and sell them. He doesn't want players who are not committed to being here 100%. He wants players who are going to give their blood, sweat and their tears and play with their heart on their sleeve for Manchester United and for him and the coaching staff. He doesn't want players who have a weak mentality at the club. He wants to develop and instill a competitive, elite, winning mentality at Manchester United. The next piece that he wants to do at Manchester United in the preseason is he will not give a chance to players who have already failed to improve their performance and failed to change their behavior under different coaches. He wants to sort out the rotten apples and cut off brittle branches before replanting the apple tree. So getting rid of all of these toxic players who complain, who leak to the media that certain things are not going their way, who don't want to perform, who act like babies, who basically throw managers under the bus. These players he wants to get rid of and then keep those who want to be here and combine them with players who will be coming into the club, who will definitely give their all for Manchester United and for him as the coach and the coaching staff. So, good, positive moves in the right direction is being made by Ten Hag already before he has even stepped into the grounds at Manchester United. He already is doing his work behind the scenes and telling the board what he is going to do and what they should be doing right now. Rangnick is exposing everyone and allowing nobody to hide so that we can get rid of these toxic players, but also ensuring that he brings in a new footballing director to elevate Manchester United's quality of player at the club. And Ten Hag as well showing his dominance and showing his authority that he is the manager and this is what he wants. The board needs to listen. For us to be successful, they need to do exactly what he tells them. That is the only way Manchester United will get back to the top. Thank you guys for joining me, and for those who've watched the video thus far, you guys are absolutely awesome and amazing. Continue to subscribe to the channel. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I know that we can do it. And thank you to those who have already subscribed. Links to our various socials in the description below. But thank you guys for joining me once again. That is it, me, Sashin Johnson, from the Stretford Inn. Till we speak again soon, Red Devils. Bye-bye.